Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Winnie, and in today's video we'll be talking about online dating. So the Tinder, the Bumble, the Hinge, the christianmingle.com. So to start off, has anyone online dated before? Leave that in the comment section below. And what's your favorite dating site? So today I want to talk to y'all about my experience online dating. Story time, y'all. So my last year, of graduate school, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm getting older. Y'all, mind you, I think I was like 22, 23. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm getting 22 actually. So I was 22 and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm getting older. I need a life partner. So let's start online dating. So it was very difficult because I was in school, I was in grad school doing my master's degree. So it was difficult to go to bars or go to, I don't know, wherever people meet people these days. It's stressful. So it was difficult for me to kind of, go out to make friends. I also didn't have a car. So, it just made things difficult. Anyway, so I started online dating, and I think the first app that I joined was Tinder. And I quickly realized that Tinder is a beast of its own, and Tinder just wasn't for me. So I think after Tinder, I joined Bumble. And the one thing I loved about Bumble is that the women, we have the power to kind of reach out to who we wanted to reach out to. And I was just I was feeling super special, y'all, with Bumble. So anyway, so some of the challenges that I realized with online dating is, I think the first challenge that I realized for me was just a lot of the people I was matching with, their values just didn't align with mine. They wanted different things in life, they had different goals, and so a lot of their values just didn't match with my values. And I was just like, bro, a lot of them will also, because I think I'm pretty, I wanted someone that was Christian. I wanted someone who loved to travel, just some of these things, and it was just different for them. So I was just yeah, no. So I think the number one thing is just making sure that whoever you're dating, or as you online date, make sure that you're setting I don't know if I would say goals, but just make sure that whoever you're talking to, their values align with your values as well. Another challenge I had was some of the profiles just seemed super sketchy, y'all, sketchy, or even some of the comments they would say, and some of the things, it just felt to me, it felt like a robot. I was like, what? Is this human? So I don't know. So just be wary of sketchy people. The third challenge I had was, because I worked, I was living on campus, I was also working on campus. A lot of the people that would show up in my dating sites were students, and I was very intentional in that I did not want to date students. I didn't want, because I think it's kind of difficult to kind of navigate, that relationship. If there were a student that I supervised, for example, or even a student that lived in my building, I just wanted to avoid that whole scenario in general. So making sure that whatever boundaries that you're setting, that you know what your boundaries are. So for me, I was making sure, because it allows you to kind of select the miles that you want, the person to be far away. So I always do from 20 miles away. So because I didn't want someone, I wanted someone that was in Kent, I wanted someone that was in Ohio, but I didn't want someone that was working or living in the same place as me. I think another challenge when online dating is you have to be extremely cautious of how much of your personal information that you put out there, because people are sketchy and people might be pedophiles and murderers and shit. So you have to be careful what information you put out there for people to see. The last challenge I would say for me was, a lot of times I felt like it was unsafe, but I don't know if that was because I didn't have any personal experience that made it feel unsafe for me. But I think I heard so many stories, and I'd be watching CSI and just listening to different stories that people have gone through as a result of online dating. It had me, I was extremely scared at times. I deleted a lot of my profiles because I was scared that it was unsafe. Growing up in Nigeria, I always imagined that I would meet my partner the natural way, whether it was in church or just out in the community or in school. I was oh my gosh, we would go to school together, we could be besties, and then we become boyfriend, girlfriend, or partners, so it was just oh my gosh, I just, because I had this thing, I was okay, this is a natural way to do it. So being social media dating or online dating felt super unnatural to me. It felt weird. It felt I was overdoing, you know. So here are some of the positive reasons that I liked online dating. I think my number one reason is that you're able to meet like diverse people. You're able to meet people from everywhere, from different countries, different, you know, different race, different nationality. Just meeting people with different interests, and also people who kind of, even their interests or their passion kind of challenges you to, you know, be better. Or you can meet someone that you're like, oh my gosh, like I've always wanted to hike, for example, and being able to find a partner who actually loves this thing, so you know, you guys could kind of explore it together. So I think that was like my number one reason, just being able to meet people from different walks of life and being able to kind of build that connection or that relationship with them. My second reason for online dating, or my second positive reason, is that it saves time, yo. Like, I don't have time to waste. I don't have time to like go to the bar and hope that someone's gonna come approach me, because I know I'm one of those people that don't approach men first. I'm sorry, but I can't do it. I don't know how to. I don't even know that I want to learn how to either. But yeah, so like online dating or social media dating made it extra like convenient, because, you know, like it was just, I could find somebody with just either swiping right or swiping left. Like it was just that easy. So the positive of online dating is that I think, especially for people who are shy, I don't consider myself a shy person, but for people who are shy, I think it's kind of it's less challenging, because you don't actually have to meet these people face to face. Like you can just, you know, once you do the swipe and then you guys match, and then you kind of build that one-on-one relationship with them before actually getting to meet in person. So I think that makes it kind of easier as well. I know we've talked about some of the challenges and some of the positive things, but I also wanted to, as someone who's online dated, like I told you, I've been on Boku apps. Here are some advice that I would give for those people who are considering online dating. My first tip or my first advice would be to be cautious, and also just be extremely careful what information you give out. You don't want to give anyone like your home address. So like for me, like for dates, you know, I meet them at bars, I meet them in restaurants. You know, you want to meet people or outdoor events, like where there's a ton of other people around. You know, just you're gonna be careful, especially with your personal information. Like you never know, someone might be crazy. You don't want no one showing up in front of your door. So yeah, so just be careful of what personal information you give to people. My second advice would be to pick the app that is best for you. I think certain apps are known for certain things. Like I would say like Tinder. I think once people hear Tinder, they think of it as like a hookup site. So just be careful, or not even be careful, just know exactly what you're looking for, so you can know what apps you want to be on. My third advice would be to give people a chance. I know a lot of us have like, we've written down what our ideal partner would look like, the ideal man, the ideal woman, or you know, just what our ideal person would look like, would be like, would act like. So I would say just push yourself a little bit out of that comfort zone and making sure that you're giving people a chance, you know. Life is full of chances, bro. Like just step out of that box, because you just never know. You might end up being super surprised about, you know, what that person could be. Another advice I would give is, you know, as I already said, like be cautious, and you know, but I would also say like be vigilant. Like if something happens that you just don't like, or someone is constantly harassing you, or you suspect someone to not be who they say you are, like go ahead and report that. You know, report it. Like there's an option on the app typically for you to report their profile, so just go ahead and report that as well. My last advice would be to be hopeful, because I think a lot of people turn to online dating or social media dating as kind of like their last option. Like they've tried every other way of dating and they're still like finding it extremely difficult. So they come to, you know, social media dating or online dating and just like, this is like their last hope. So I would just say be hopeful, but also be smart. Like one of my favorite quotes that I liked about online dating was, have high hopes but low expectations. So I think like don't set the bar super high, set it just high enough, And so yeah, but high hopes, low expectations, y'all. Thank y'all so much for watching this video. I do want to hear from y'all. So what tips, so what are some of the, so what are some tips that you have about online dating? What are some challenges that you faced while online dating? And for those that are just like, I don't do that, like why wouldn't you online date? But thank you all for watching this video. Please go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up, and I will see y'all next video. Bye.